Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The question, inshallah, if someone can remind me of the question. We have the question. Who remembers the question?
I
Can you
don't
check
remember.
what's that? Who can remind me of the question? Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Allahumma laka alhamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan kama tuhibbu tarda. What was it?
Bismillah. The question was, how can remembering the day of judgment change a person's behavior in this life?
Okay, who can answer that
Actually, I
question?
have the answer.
Let's see if nobody answers, we go back to you.
Okay.
Bismillah, go ahead.
Okay, Bismillah.
Did you check the
So
file?
I'm gonna answer this question by recalling the verses from Surah Az-Zalzala. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فَمَنْ يَمَلْ مِثْقَالَ دَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى وَمَنْ يَمَلْ مِثْقَالَ دَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. Basically, whoever does an atom's weight of good, we will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of bad, we will see it. So every single deed, everything we do in life is accounted for. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. And this is a reminder for accountability, taking accountability for all actions, and to remind us to try and do as many righteous deeds as we can, because you never know on the day of judgment what exactly is going to lead you to either, inshallah, Jannah or...
MashaAllah. That's good ijtihad. That, you know the word ijtihad?
Yeah.
And one more thing. How does remembering the day on of judgment, the day on judgment, how does it help you?
It's a constant reminder of like
Okay.
the end point in life. So when you're constantly remembering, you can
Yes.
change your
Now,
actions, behaviors, and
there you go.
intentions based on that.
So it corrects your actions and deeds.
Yes.
Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah, he says, when you are going into a journey, when you are traveling or seeking a journey, and you do not know the outcome or the end of that journey, you are traveling and you don't know. So you travel blindly, you don't know what's going on, and you don't pay attention to what you're doing. It's okay, I will do this, I don't know what time I'm arriving, Allahu A'lam. What's the outcome, what's the final destination, Allahu A'lam. Allah knows. But he says, when you have a journey and you know the outcome, and you know the destination, you know the location, and you know what's happening there, and you know the time that you need to be there, you do all the means to help you on that journey. And you know what you are expecting on that journey, like at that time, at the final destination. So when you know the outcome, then you start preparing and you do everything needed. If I tell you just, can you drive all the way and meet me somewhere? Like, you know, I'm in Washington, let's just like keep driving towards that direction. Where do you want me to meet you? Just keep driving and I will let you know. And you keep driving, you don't know where are we going to meet? What's the final destination? And I just tell you, keep going. And you don't know how much money you have in your pocket, and if you need food, and you know, you don't have the zad. But if I tell you, let's meet in this specific location at this time, and you know exactly what you need in that journey. So the moment you keep reminding yourself on the day of, of the day of judgment, you always prepare yourself. That's the point of remembering always the day of judgment, inshallah. That was the question, and you are the winner with us tonight, inshallah, Brother Amir. And we recited a beautiful ayah last night or before. And let me ask you this question. The fly, al-dhubab, how many eyes does it have? And I want you to just like, give me a guess without looking into your phones. How many eyes does it have? 2, 3, 4, max, how many?
6.
6. Okay. How many does it have? The fly, the normal fly. Brother Khalid, maybe you know, huh? You heard me speaking about the fly before? Many, like 3, 4, odd number, even number. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this beautiful ayah, it's so beautiful, subhanallah. He's addressing us and he says, Ya ayyuhan nasu, O people, not who you believe. O people, ضُرِبَ مَثَلٌ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ. O mankind, an example is presented to you and listen to it carefully. He says that way. Those whom you invoke besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you take besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will never be able to create even a fly. Even if they gathered all together, human beings, they gather together with their power, they cannot even create one fly. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in so many ayat in the Quran always takes these examples. Ba'uwa, مثلا ba'uwa, mosquito, or like a fly. What's the point of that? Sometimes we recite these and we don't even ask ourselves, what's the point of mentioning a fly in the Quran? Do you know that the average fly, the normal fly, the adult fly, has between 4,000 to 6,000 lenses, eyes? Can you imagine that? It's impossible. Like, you look at the fly and you think, you just like try to hit it and it flies. Why? Why you cannot catch it? You know why? Average 6,000 lenses in each eye. It has 2 eyes, 2 big shell on each side, and inside each one between 4,000 to 6,000 lenses. And it sees 360 degrees. Can you imagine that? So beautiful. And I encourage every one of you, go one day and check on YouTube, see the miracle of the creation of the fly, how it's created. And you see how it sees things. Stimulation, how it sees things. 360. You come from any direction and it knows. Unless it's an old lazy fly, maybe you can catch. Otherwise, you cannot catch it. Same thing with the mosquito. And also another miracle for the fly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning the fly so you can go and check. Why is it so special? Do you know that it has 4 wings? Hasharat, those kind of insects, they have only 2. Fly has 4. And they wave in different directions. So, different directions. You have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, and they wave in different directions. They don't work together on the same direction. You know what's so special about that? That's why sometimes you see a fly staying there still, and it's not moving on the air, like a helicopter or something, staying there. And because of the wave, because of the movement of the wings, how special that is. So amazing. Other insects cannot do that because of the way it moves. It's just so amazing. And also the fly and also the mosquito, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, as most of you know, why you feel only the mosquito bit you after it bits you, you itch yourself and you feel what's going on, and then you find out that you were bit by a mosquito. Because subhanallah it has like a laboratory inside. Subhanallah, so beautiful. Laboratory. It comes and it senses your blood first, and then it sends a numbing secretion, and then it numbs you so you don't feel it at all, and it takes a sample and analyzes the sample. If it works with its blood with its system, then it sends another secretion, you go to the surgery room and then it sucks the blood, and then after it's done, it doesn't allow you to figure out that it's still there. After it's done, it sends gives you another shot of sedation so you don't feel it. After it's gone, then you start feeling it.
It's a really blood sucker.
It's just, and it has one tool
Wow.
for each one of those. For the numbing secretion, it uses one tool, and then for the suction, it uses another tool, and it's doing all that kind of surgery, and you don't know. When do you feel it? After it's gone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, If all human beings get together to create one fly, they can't. Not to stimulate, just create one.
Someone parked the car right next to the dumpster. Please move the car because it's blocking the car on the back side. Please move the car. Thank you.
So subhanAllah, finally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying at the end of the ayah, He says, look at the human arrogance. They think they are powerful. But let's gather every one of them together and let's have them create just one. We can't. We cannot do that. So beautiful. And also at the end of the ayah, He says, subhanAllah, ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. He says, at the end of the day, the human beings and also the fly are weak. Nothing in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we think we are powerful. We think that we own this dunya. We work hard, we think we are so smart and powerful, and we can do anything. And He says, ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ. The human being is weak. And also what we are giving them as an example is also weaker than them, the fly. And He's given us this little example as this is the lowest example. Just create something like this. This is nothing. I don't want to give you a bigger example. You see that? SubhanAllah, Ibn al-Qayyim, he says, always when we recite these ayat, and unfortunately we don't do that, when we recite these ayat, they should humble you. Looking into them, looking into their miracles. But unfortunately when we recite, we don't even check. Why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention this specific example? Like the camel, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it so many times. And also the bees. We recited so many ayat about the bees and the honey bees. What's so specific about them? How disciplined they are. Subhanallah. A group of them, they go and work outside, and a group of them, they work inside. And some of them, they work as guards. Some of them, they work bodyguards for the queen. And subhanallah, and some of them, they work as a reservoir. If there's also, and some of them, if a foreign object comes inside their house, they start protecting it and attacking it altogether. That's why not even one single insect can penetrate their house. No matter how strong it is, another insect will die no matter what. Subhanallah. Al-Ankabut, the spider, why was it mentioned? It's so beautiful, subhanallah. You know that Al-Ankabut also, we're coming to that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it. It's the filthiest, the nastiest insect in this dunya. And that's going to be your question tonight. Why is it so horrible insect? He says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِنَّ أَوْهَنَ الْبُيُوتِ لَبَيْتُ الْعَنْكَبُوتِ. The weakest, the most fragile house is the house of the Ankabut, with the spider. It's so horrible because I'm going to tell you, it doesn't work together with anyone. It doesn't work. Have you seen two Ankabuts, two spiders living together in that net? No, you can't. It eats its own kids. Can you imagine that? The Ankabut, the spider. And subhanallah, when it's hungry sometimes, and it goes and mates, and then it produces and eats. So it's so stingy, so selfish. How horrible that is, subhanAllah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that example. And we never think about what's so special about the Ankabut. Subhanallah. So the question of tonight, and I will post also the question of tonight in the WhatsApp group as well. This is the final thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنْ يَسْلُبُهُمُ الذُّبَابُ شَيْئًا لَا يَسْتَنْقِذُوهُ مِنْهُ ضَعْفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. If a fly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, and it's a scientific fact. If a fly takes something from you, you cannot retrieve it. Gather all the scientists in this dunya. Anything it takes from you, it changed that within less than 1 second. You cannot retrieve the same material it takes from you. Can you imagine that? It's so beautiful. That's why the Prophet ﷺ says, if a fly falls into your tea or like in a water or drink, at that time, you don't throw it away.
You dip it again.
One of the wings has sickness, disease, and the other has
Cure.
the medication. If you know, I would advise everyone like just to drink it. He says, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam,
So,
dip it. Take the it's already in your drink. Dip it, because the medication will neutralize the disease, and then you are fine. Subhanallah. One side has the medication and one side has the disease. But at that time, because there was some kind of limited resources, so I have only one drink and I don't want to waste it. But now you can throw it and go drink another cup, right?
That's what
Unless you want to try, if it tastes good. Inshallah. صلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد.
Salah.